Hi, this video is on relationships and EIFS, and it's maybe my very favorite subject because I love relationships. And we all do or have in and out in different periods of our lives. And for me, it makes this all so real and non-spiritual and non-therapeutic. Instead of talking about self and, oh, I want this peace, I want okayness, I want connectedness, I want calm, I want clarity. What do you really want? And we do want them. We do really want that. I do really want that too. But what do we really want in our lives? Often it's this relationship with our beloved, with our partners, with the special people in our lives. But for this, let's think about romantic partners, for that connectedness, that intimacy, that love, that being seen, that being heard, that care, that support, that sense of celebration, that flow together, that ease, the relief, the relaxation, the bliss. And what really makes us upset and what are your words for it? And frustrated and sad and heartbroken when that bond, when that connectedness, when that presence of that intimacy is obscured. And then what obscures it? Same thing that obscures it in all of our these other EIFS videos, right? What obscures it? The sense of I want. There's another video that talks about this as well. We're just going deeper into it here. So what obscures this that we love so much, right? The sense of sometimes the sense of something should be different. A little critic or a pusher or an achiever. If only blah, 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 right? If only they took out the trash more. If only they heard me. If only I was understood. If only it was a true partnership. If only, if only, if only. Or, we could put it out there, or we also put it inside, right? Gosh, if only I was more open. If only I could stay more open. If only I didn't get triggered. Um, if only I had the body that I did when I was 20 years old. If only I had these things, then everything would be okay, right? If only I, had that really sexy car I used to have, or if I had more money to spend, or whatever it is, whatever that obscures it, whatever the thoughts are, and those might sound shallow, but the real ones that come up for us. If only, I was different. If only my partner was different. And we get to see those. We get to play the same EIFS game, right? Of being the spaciousness and seeing them as these parts in soaking in the hot tub, or seeing ourselves as a planetarium and these each that has a little charge that obscures it, right? Because if you have the thought and there's no charge on it, where's the problem? Oh, if only my partner would help more. If only they would wear that outfit I really like. Or if only they didn't stop asking me to do this or telling me that I'm doing something wrong. Or if only they were more in the flow or more loving, right? But if there's no charge there, that's what we call an unburdened part. It's just a thought. And it doesn't obscure anything, right? We can have these thoughts. These thoughts come, and in a way, they're not even personal, as when they're unburdened, these thoughts, feelings, and sensations. But then when they have a charge, that's when they become interesting. And that's when we use our little IFS game of seeing them as objects, being able to be aware of them, like in the planetarium, like as planets in the planetarium, and then they just get to be seen and welcomed. Kind of like this the 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 guest house by Rumi that we do so often in my groups. This sense that every morning a new part, and we welcome them all, right? The joy, the depression, the meanness, whatever it is, they're just guests in our home. And so we get to know our parts like this. But for this, it's all a game about relationship. It's all a game about protecting this relationship that we love so much, the connectedness, the bliss, the peace, the love. Okay, so that's that part of it. And then remember, I used to be a mediator for a lot of years, and this is when it becomes really interesting, and I'm going to push the edge a little bit with you. So in EIFS, there's just parts and self, right? Parts and self. That's it. And so the sense of, as we talk about self in EIFS, we speak of these like the sky, the ever-present sky, and then the weather, or the parts that come and go. And the weather can obscure the ever-present sky, and then we all find the qualities of the sky, the qualities of beingness that are kind of most default and natural to our individual systems, right? Like peace, love, happiness, connectedness, calm, clarity, ease, flow. What are they? What are yours? And for some of us, we stick to the eight C's of classic IFS, and others we watch as those eight C's blossom into other qualities. Whatever works for your system, that's what we're interested in, is your system. And so here we go. We have the qualities of beingness that are here. And just for now, just notice maybe two of them. What are some qualities that are here? Maybe it's just presence, or awareness, or calm, or peace, or stillness, or silence, or okayness. And then we play the game of what's your metaphor? How are you aware of that? And simultaneously aware of that which comes and goes, the parts. How do you do that? And this is where a metaphor is really helpful, which you've heard many times in these videos. And so a really nice one for this and working with couples is the metaphor of the planetarium. Remember the planetarium? Like, hey, it's the planetarium, it's huge. And it's like, hey, everything is this galaxy. It's all the galaxy. And so the galaxy is the self. So we notice our galaxy. And then here's a question. You've got your partner next to you, and they find their qualities of self. Is it like, well, this is my piece, and then it's my partner's piece? Like she has her own piece, it's separate from it. Is that really true? Or is it like peace that's here, or spaciousness, or stillness, whatever we find? Can we find a sense of a shared being, a shared galaxy? Wow, is it possible we both exist in the same galaxy? Wow, same being, the same galaxy. Okay, we got that. And then what about the parts? Like this, the shared being, the shared self can be easier, but the parts, right? Then this is where it becomes really fun. This is my favorite work as a mediator. When you get partners and they start to find the shared beingness. Okay, so you've got the shared galaxy, and then there's a part. I have this part. Like, gosh, if only she would help more. And so it's a critic that's focused out there on her, right? It's focused on the other that would like the idea that more fulfillment would come here. I would be happier, more fulfilled if that happened. And so when we hear that part, if only my partner would do something differently, and it probably has a should in there, should, maybe a should. Let's see if you can feel that. When you hear that, can we all relate to that part? If only my partner would, blah, 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 I'd be happier. And can you, almost like a tone, a tuning fork, like we can all find this part. And then where it becomes really fun is here's my partner with me. And when she hears that, is there a sense of the shared planetarium, the shared galaxy? And well, here's a part that comes up. Oh, I know that part. That's not foreign for me, she might say. It's like I can relate to that. She can find it too. She can hear that and know it. It's almost like it becomes a part in our shared galaxy. Like this is weird because some people are like, wait, we don't want to do codependency. This isn't. We're becoming aware of the parts that are coming up in our shared space. It becomes really different when, oh, that's Sid's part. And then versus it's a part of our shared system. And then she has a part that comes up that says, really would like more quality time. You know, it's like kind of more quality time. Sid's always, he gets up and all he does is work and write and more quality time. And so what about that? When I hear that, is that just her part, or is that a part I can relate to? One quality time, a part that's yearning for connection. Maybe you can feel that yourself. Like, is that separate from you, or is it part of the shared galaxy? So where this goes is it really becomes fun as you've got the planetarium, and then you start to hear the parts from you and your partner, or you or whomever you're working with, right? And the sense of in the shared galaxy. But I love it within the intimacy of partnership. And then there's a sense of opening up to that, and oh, here's a part here, part here, and there's like this the shared beingness of that, and then it if you can see that as all of these parts, all of these expressions of precious life, right? This is all, the parts are just the thoughts, feelings, and sensations, the expression of life. If we can truly see those as not separate from us, as part of this shared beingness, as part of our relationship and the us. Just like if you have a car, it's our car, our house, our bank account, our bed. Perhaps you go there, right? Go there. It's like, and this, it's like our parts. And so it's a lot to wrap our heads around, but just to imagine that and play with that. And I'll do some groups. I should do one for couples. We'll do one and we'll do some and explore these, and I'll put some videos up on this to really be with that. And here's the cool thing: forget, and especially for some of you, this EIFS thing isn't just, it's not healing. This is my spiritual path. This is about opening up to the connectedness out there, connectedness with everyone and love, and having my life change in that way. For those who are doing it for that way, and none of that's necessary, but here's a cool side effect. When you start opening up to your when you start exploring this with your partner, it goes out and it projects into everything else. It projects into all your relationships and all your friendships and all the people you encounter as you start exploring this shared beingness and the universality of parts. All right, that's a lot. This is another one of those long videos, and see you later.